Hi everybody, my name's Janice. I'm Janice from Jazzle Dazzle Cards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I also run a small card making business, which I'll tell you more about all these things later. Today, just to start me off, I've never done a video before, so today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple vellum candle holder, luminaire. I don't know what the proper name for it is. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see it properly. As I say, it's my very first time videoing, so I'm not clear what can be seen, but what I'm going to do today is show you how I made this, and then obviously you can copy my idea if you want by buying the products from my Stampin' Up! Website, which I will give you the links to at the end of this the video. On YouTube you'll be able to see the links to my blog and to my Stampin' Up! Site, and you'll be able to buy the products from me if you wish. But I'll equally be happy if you just take this idea and just fly with it with whatever materials you have to hand. Okay, so without any further ado, let's have a go. So the first thing, I'll put my catalogue out of the way so you can see it. I just put that there to help me focus actually. So the first thing is I have cut a piece of vellum. I'm just making sure I've got everything to hand here. I've cut a piece of vellum. It's 21 centimetres by 9 centimetres, or 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I've also cut a piece of silver foil from a silver foil sheet, which is 21 centimetres by 1 centimetre. So again, that's 8.25 inches and 1 centimetre, probably about half an inch. It really doesn't matter which how wide this is. It's really just to give the luminaire, I'm not quite sure how you say that, a bit of stability at the bottom so that it'll stand over your little candle. So once I've finished it, I'll show you one that's all made up. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're using a silver embossing technique on the vellum. It's basically just a silver emboss on the vellum, and then sticking the bit of card on the bottom, looping it round and sticking it together, and that's it. Bob's your uncle. So let's have a go. So first thing, when you're doing embossing, you need to make sure that the embossing powder is only going to stick to your where you stamp your ink. So for to remove any marks and to take away any static that's on my piece of vellum, I'm using an embossing buddy, which is basically just some talc or something like that in a little bag, but they are handy. You can buy them in the Stampin' Up! Catalogue anyway. So just wipe that over your piece of vellum. Again, if you're embossing on paper or whatever, just use the same thing. Wipe it over. Then the ink I'm using is Versamark water stamp pad, which is basically clear as it says. It leaves a watermark. So I'm going to, and the stamp set I'm using today for this one is Stampin' Up! Star of Light. Now this is in our autumn winter catalogue as a Christmas item. However, I think stars are fine all year round. I love stars, and I think you can make so many things with this set. It's a lovely set of see-through stamps which you can put on our blocks, and you can do all sorts of things with these. Have a look later if you've got time. Okay, so that's the stamp I've taken out. This stamp, it is stained. They do get stained as you go along. However, it doesn't diminish the clear stamping that this does. The quality of these stamps is fantastic. Just the fact that it's so stained is just an indication of how much use I've made of it. I'm quite a new demonstrator with Stampin' Up, so don't have everything yet. I don't have a Stampin' Up! Clear block that's big enough to use with this, so I'm just using a generic block today, but hopefully within the next few videos I will have all the clear blocks from Stampin' Up to demonstrate to you. The clear blocks, I do have some small ones which I will demonstrate another day. They are excellent, and I would prefer to have them every time. But just bear with me. I'm going to, I don't know if I can put this in shot. I'm just inking up my stamp here. I'm going to make lots of mistakes today, but you'll just have to bear with me. I'm sure we'll get better at it as we go along. Hopefully some of you'll offer me some constructive criticisms to help me improve. But anyway, here we go. So I'm just going to actually just pop this right in the middle. So it's just a matter of pressing it down. Now, because I'm using my stamping pad here, which I find gives me enough resistance. If you don't have a full pad, then you could use a foam block, and certainly Stampin' Up have the very thing for that job. Only with the clear stamps you need this. With the photopolymer, they've already got a good bit of bounce in them. And you definitely, do you like that kissing noise? I really like that when I take this, really, when you take the stamp off. Ink it up again, move further along, decide where I'm going to place it, and down, give it a bit of a press, and up. And then maybe one more, maybe two more, but let's see where we go. Right, so I'm just going, I've put this over, you probably realise I've put this over a piece of black card simply so that I can see where I'm stamping, because the vellum on white is makes it very difficult to see what you're doing. So black card is just purely for clarity for me. So I can see, I don't know what you see from the camera, I'm not quite sure. I'll hold this up in a minute and see if I can help improve what you see. So I'm stamping off a wee bit there just to finish off there. Okay, so stamping done. This ink, Versamark ink, takes quite some time to dry, so you do have, a few minutes to play with. So I really don't know what, and I'm probably moving it too fast in the autofocus, I'll be struggling. I don't know what you can see, hopefully that's okay. So ink on, and then you just sprinkle. I'm going to take the black out. I've used a folded piece of scratch paper underneath, whoops, to catch the spare embossing powder. So really just sprinkle on your embossing powder. Now Stampin' Up they do silver, gold, and they've got gorgeous new copper embossing powder out with the most recent catalogue. So I'm sure that you'll be able to make some amazing versions of this. There's also red and green if you want to make it a Christmas item. Whoops, so just tip back onto your paper. Sometimes find that I need to give it a wee flick, whoops, to get all the surplus powder off, and you'll see there. Okay, so the next thing I would do is obviously get rid of all this. The folding the paper helps you to tip it back into the tub easier. Whoops. You have some stray glue here. Alright, so you see, just pop it back down and into the pot, and a tub of embossing powder will last you forever. So just to save you having to look, the next thing we do is go to the heat tool and make sure my heat tool is really quite hot before I offer it to the vellum, and just wave it gently over the top when it's quite hot, and it will melt the embossing powder really quickly so that it looks like this. Don't start waving it over your vellum while it's cold, otherwise your vellum will go out of shape, and you don't want, for this we want it to look relatively flat. So Here's one that I've already used my heat tool on, just to save time on this video because I'm sure you're all very busy and don't have all day. As you see, I have gone off the edge a little bit, but it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's still going to look equally pretty. So the next thing I need to do is, I've used fast fuse for this. Where's my... I've lost... no, here it is. My foil, silver foil here. So I'm just going to take my fast fuse. Now this, for me, when I first started to use it, was like a wild animal. I couldn't tame it at all, but I think I've tamed it now. So the secret is, make sure it's sticking, run along where you need it and flick to the edge. Whoops, now it's sticking to my fingers. I may not have done that in shot, I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll do another bit here so you can see. Run it along and flick, like a tick in your school jotters, I think some of the ladies have said. Okay, so then what we want to do is decide what's the bottom and the top, and because I've messed up on that one a little bit, I'm going to put... Whoops, not too many fingers I've got here. Maybe going to have to be quiet till I get this down. So it's, I want it onto the foil, and obviously I want it to be quite even, so I'm going to have to obviously you'll have more time, but that's stuck quite well. There you go. And then take my fast fuse again. This is actually, now that I've made friends with it, it's a brilliant product. So if you buy it from me and you have problems, we can have a chat about it, because it is well worth making friends with. Nice and quick, easy. Match it up at the bottom so it's even. Then again at the top. Done! Dusted. I don't know how good the light is here. There you go. You can see it lit up. What I'll do is I'll put a still shot of it side on. Then we've got another one here that I made using the Lovely as a Tree stamp set and some other little stamps out of the Star of Light set as well, the little wee individual stamps. Then went a little bit further and I die cut out. This is from the Star of Wonder die set, which is absolutely gorgeous. You'll maybe see on my, particularly on my Facebook page, you'll see quite a lot of Christmas cards made from this set, and quite a lot of just normal everyday greeting cards made from these sets. I think they're wonderful. So cut out a wee bit and then just stamped some and heat embossed some of the little stamps from the Star of Light set as well. Okay. So that's me done for today. I hope I haven't bored you half to death, and if you want to buy any of the products that I've shown you here today, pop onto my Stampin' Up website where you can buy, or if you want to contact me via Facebook, or I think my mobile phone number is there, you could message me. I'd be delighted to put that order in for you. I also run classes, so if you live locally, you're welcome to come book onto a class with me. Message me and any questions that you've got and any further information that you need. Thank you very much for bearing with me to the end of this video, and hopefully I won't be as nervous the next time I do one. Thank you.